A man made a horrifying discovery during a court proceeding. As a young girl tearfully recounted the tragic details of being molested by a predator, the defendant, a teacher, deliberately hid his hands beneath the table and began reliving the experience. He even wore an expression of sick satisfaction on his face. This shocking display immediately convinced John, a seasoned attorney with years of courtroom experience, that every word of the girl's testimony was undeniably true. The man he had assumed was an innocent client was actually a morally bankrupt piece of human garbage. John immediately requested a recess from the judge and stormed into the bathroom, consumed with rage. Continuing to defend this disgusting monster would certainly violate his conscience, but abandoning the case would not only end his impressive 63-game winning streak but could also send his career into a downward spiral. John found himself trapped at the crossroads between his ambitions and his moral compass. While he wrestled with this dilemma, a reporter entered the restroom. Having witnessed the entire trial proceedings, the journalist immediately began taunting John with cutting remarks, suggesting he was hiding in the bathroom like a coward because he was afraid of losing. The reporter even maliciously mocked John's undefeated record, claiming it would be completely shattered by this case, making him the laughingstock of the legal world. These sharp, bitter taunts cut through John's moral defenses like a blade.
Had to close out someday. Nobody wins them all.
Ultimately, driven by vanity, his conscience was gradually consumed, and a sinister smile crept across his face. When court resumed, John came out swinging. He presented evidence of the girl's various behavioral problems at school, arguing that she harbored resentment toward the teacher for discovering her misconduct and had fabricated the molestation story out of spite. John's razor-sharp arguments left both the girl and the opposing counsel completely defenseless. Through his silver tongue and ability to twist the truth, John managed to transform an innocent victim into a malicious liar in the eyes of the jury. The verdict came as no surprise. The jury unanimously concluded that the girl was a pathological liar, and the predatory teacher was acquitted on the spot. Afterward, John celebrated at a bar with his wife and friends, reveling in having preserved his winning streak. Just as John was basking in his joy and triumph, New York's most prestigious law firm approached him with an unusual request. They didn't need him as a defense attorney, they simply wanted him to help select jury members. John initially thought his friend was playing a prank on him and didn't take it seriously, but when they produced a massive check, he immediately agreed. Upon arriving in New York, John immediately participated in jury selection. This ability to read people was something John possessed naturally. With just one glance, he could identify the jurors most favorable to his side. Sure enough, through John's careful screening, the jury voted unanimously against acquitting the defendant. John easily won his first case in New York. The law firm's managing partner was thoroughly impressed with his abilities and extended an olive branch. This industry powerhouse had his own unique method for evaluating people. After brief pleasantries, Milton led John directly to the rooftop terrace, which was surrounded by an infinity pool with only a narrow walkway connecting to the edge platform. There were no railings anywhere around the perimeter. John felt his heart skip a beat just looking at it, while Milton stood fearlessly at the very edge. He called this a pressure test, believing that pressure helped people focus more intensely, the key to success. However, John, coming from a small town, was more inclined to believe that money alone was his driving force. After joining the firm, John quickly received his first case. A client had been reported by neighbors for slaughtering sheep in his basement, and the prosecutor's office had filed charges for public health violations. It seemed like a sure loss, but John understood clearly that this was Milton's test for him. The outcome of this case would determine whether he could establish himself at the